I successfully acquired this classic 80s sports car with pop-up headlights. Although it's actually from the 80s, not the 70s like I originally thought, it's still a classic. Unfortunately, it's front-wheel drive, not rear-wheel drive. A friend of mine sent me a picture of what he said was a 70s pop-up headlight sports car, but when I took a look, it turned out to be from the third generation. If it had been rear-wheel drive, that would have been perfect. But still, it's a classic, so I decided to go for it. When I first checked out the car, the interior was a complete mess, full of random stuff everywhere. The previous owner had left some spare parts, though I wasn't sure if they were meant for this car. When I first checked out the car, the interior was a complete mess, full of random stuff everywhere. The previous owner had left some spare parts, though I wasn't sure if they were meant for this car. After getting the car home, I realized there was a lot of dust inside. But overall, it was in pretty good condition. The wiring was a little messy, but not too bad. I was excited to start working on it, so I fired up the GPS and everyone was taking pictures of the car. The owner felt like they'd hit the jackpot, so there were a lot of photos taken from every angle. I checked the exterior, and I was happy with how it looked. The rear of the car was sharp, and the front headlights, just stunning. The roof was fine, and while the rear lights looked a bit off, it still had that unique character. It seemed like a rare version of the car, possibly a police model. When I popped the hood, I saw the engine, a Honda 4-cylinder, which looked pretty messy. But with some work, I was hopeful I'd find something valuable hidden in there. When I finally got the car home, I couldn't help but be impressed by how clean and special the white paint looked. I checked the odometer, 46,695 miles. It's not brand new, but honestly, that's pretty low mileage for a car this old. It was in better shape than I expected, so I couldn't wait to get started on the repairs. The next day, I started tearing into it. The engine bay was full of carbon buildup, and I could tell the combustion process probably wasn't ideal. It needed a lot of work. Some parts were worn out, and the wiring had to be redone. But I'm not worried. With enough time and effort, I'm confident I can fix it all up. This car is definitely a labor of love, and I can't wait to get it running properly. It's going to take a bit of patience, but that's part of the fun. No car is too much work if you have the right tools and determination. I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out. We gave the whole wiring a good clean, but it's still not running. Let's check and see what's causing the issue. The fuse blew? Yeah, that's probably it. All right, let's swap in a new one. Check this fuse. All right, no problem now. What's our motto? If it spins, it runs. Well, at least it's spinning for now. Ha 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 ha. Let's try again. No? Wait, there we go. Try it one more time and we'll get it running. See that? Now that's something to be happy about. We've got ignition. Swap out all the spark plugs for new ones. Let's prep for a startup and see if we can get it fired up. All right, let's pull the spark plugs and check if that's the problem. At first, there was a little combustion, a sign that it might start, but the longer we cranked, the worse it got. Look at this, completely covered in black gunk. It's probably a mix of oil and carbon buildup. Let's clean these plugs up and put them back in. Should be good to go. Since the fuel mix isn't stable, we're adding a temporary fuel line to help with startup. The fuel system seems off. Let's take a closer look. Tank's full. Man, this is an old school ride. All right, let's close it up. I swear, every time I work on this car, it feels like I'm rolling the dice. Check this fuel system. Just thinking about it gives me a headache. Where am I even gonna find a replacement for this? Fingers crossed we can fix it. But if not, well, we'll figure it out. All right, let's open up the carburetor and see what's going on. It's a mess in here. Thick grime and sludge everywhere. If we don't clean this out completely, it's game over. Come on, let's get this thing apart and clean every tiny jet and passageway. If these fuel needles get stuck, they'll cause blockages and leaks, so everything needs to be spotless. After 2 hours of hard work, the carburetor is finally clean. Now for the moment of truth, let's fire it up. One headlight works, the other doesn't. Oh well, but hey, the engine's running. Let's turn on the headlights. Tomorrow we'll fix the rest. For now, let's call it a day. Time to wash up and hit the movies. That's it for today. But tomorrow we're going all in. This classic ride is finally coming back to life. Next up, flushing the fuel system. We're getting closer to putting this old flip-light sports car back on the road. Time to bring it back to life. Just gotta keep pushing forward. Let's check the trunk. Bucket, shovel. Yeah, we're gonna need these. And the gas can, perfect. First things first, let's clear out this mess. Man, what a disaster. All right, keep the classic parts. We're holding on to those. Let's clean this up. Wait, there's a pot here too. Geez, what else is in here? All right, moving on. What's this? Haha, grab the bucket. Come on, smile. Oh, the pot. Wait, weren't you supposed to be looking for the bucket? This might be useful. A radiator cap. Or, wait, no. Shouldn't you be saying, thanks, boss? Come on, say it. All right, moving along. What do we have here? A whole lot of junk. Oh, but there's a spare tire. Nice. Hey, Xiaolong, grab that and put it aside. All right, that's one more thing checked off the list. Now let's confirm. Fuel tank's over there, right? Yep, that's the spot. This thing needs a serious cleanup. It's filthy. All right, fuel tank's right here. Gotta clean this whole area too. It's a mess. Too much grime. Whatever, let's move on. Next up, we're flushing the entire fuel system and fuel lines. All right, topped off the gas. Looks like there's no major issue. Just gotta reconnect the fuel line, and we're good. Now for a full fluid swap, engine oil, coolant, brake fluid. But we gotta be careful. Drain these the wrong way, and it's a whole headache. That's why we're checking every single component to make sure everything's in top shape. Look at this engine oil, nasty. Time to swap it out for fresh oil. This car should be good to go once we're done. All right, let's fire it up. And wow, smooth as butter. No issues. Shut it down. The engine is running perfectly. Now on to the headlights. The pop-up lights work fine mechanically, but neither one is turning on. At first we had one light working, but now even that one's dead. Guess we're replacing them all. All right, welcome to my secret little workshop. Check these out, square headlights, right? Yep, those are the ones. Before anything else, let's give this car a proper wash. Feels like it hasn't seen soap in over a decade. There's years of grime caked on, but we'll get it shining again. And just like that, both headlights are swapped out. But honestly, after washing it, I'm not 100% satisfied. The surface is still covered in dirt. When it comes to electrical or engine work, sure, I might be missing a little skill. But polishing? Now that's my specialty. If regular cleaning won't cut it, time to break out my ultimate weapon, buffing. Gotta say, my little polishing assistant did a killer job. In no time, that hood was looking brand new. Check out that shine. Pretty solid work, huh? And just like that, this pop-up headlight beauty is back on the road. Next stop, the showroom. This classic ride still has plenty of life left in it. Time to keep pushing forward. Let's go.